today's video, I will tell you how to start extensions, how to begin accepting your first clients, what steps to take, and what mistakes to avoid, and effectively. And before we go further, I will share with you a short story from my own experience. When I did my first set of extensions, it was a shock for me. I thought I would never do extensions again. It was such a shock. Firstly, it was very difficult for me. I think it took 6 hours. I struggled with this client. Since I learned from YouTube, I watched a video and my client said, "Jana, you can do it. Go ahead. I believe in you. I'm ready. Tomorrow we do the extensions." And when I started doing the extensions, I had no one to ask, okay, am I doing it right? What am I even doing? Which lashes to use? What glue? Which tweezers? But that wasn't even the scariest part. On the second day, my client writes to me, "Jana, my eyes are swollen. Everything is red. Everything itches. I'm in shock. What to do? Who to write to? Who to go to? I don't have a teacher. I learned on YouTube how to not allergy. It was stressful. And it was my first and biggest mistake. And after that, I said, until I understand everything from A to Z, I will not take on any more extensions. And so I began my journey, eyelash extensions. I studied. I found a good teacher who would train me. Today, dear ones, so that you don't make the same mistakes as I did. I will share my experience with you and tell you where to start with extensions and what mistakes to avoid. So the first thing you need to start with, to enter this profession of an eyelash extension specialist, the very first and most important thing is education and training. This is your foundation. How you learn will be the foundation on which you stand. If you don't have this solid foundation, if you, like me, have watched a couple of YouTube videos and then go on to do extensions, you're making a big mistake. These videos are great for some life hacks. Even with my subscribers, I share some small life hacks. But this does not replace the foundation of theoretical education. It's not the theory. It's the basis of your profession, and practice is what you build up. This is about retaining clients, improving the quality of extensions, attracting new clients, pricing, services, and so on. First and foremost, it's theoretical education. What it should be like, what you should pay attention to when you're looking for someone to teach you at a school. First, pay attention to their work, their education, how they speak. For me, it was important that the person was experienced, so that he has his own experience, how long he has worked. I looked at his work, I liked how he does it, what he conveys, what his message is, whether he carries a message. Do it as you do. The main thing is not to do this and that, or he says, but do everything with quality. This is your reputation. This is everything that needs to be observed. This, don't do it like that. You can't skip lashes. You can't use cheap glue. You can't save on this, and you can't do it like that. For me, this was important. And I teach this to my students because for me, it's important not to earn money first and foremost, but to build relationships with my clients. And my reputation, how I would do my work, was in the first place. And the same goes now with such, let's say, practice. When I teach my girls, it is very, very important to me. Also pay attention to the course you are purchasing. It cannot just be a small course, as I showed in the previous video, where I talked about how to pass the state exam and what the education program is like here in America, where there is only 1.5 pages in the book. That is not enough. It was important for me to learn everything. But I don't need anything extra that might confuse me. For example, when I teach my girls, I say that we start from scratch, from the anatomy of the eyes, to advanced volume extensions, step by step. It's not all at once and not mixed up. Also, my first education was in nursing. I studied to be a nurse in Ukraine, and I also share the knowledge and skills I acquired there. how to maintain asepsis, antisepsis, how to disinfect instruments, what an allergy is, what irritation is. For instance, in my experience, I encountered an allergy in my practice. I had no idea what to do with it. I started Googling and watching various videos. If I had a mentor, a teacher whom I could call immediately and say, this is the situation, what should I do? Do this, this, and this. It would have saved me a good amount of my nerve cells. A good teacher and a good guide, a competent guide, not a mess, not scattered all over, wondering where this goes, where that goes. Everything is arranged step by levels. I create tests for my students. After each block, there are reinforcing tests, and when they complete everything and pass, we discuss all the questions they had. And then, with your shoulders straightened, you move on to the second stage. Please do not make the mistake of starting to apply extensions on people immediately after even theoretical material or after watching a couple of video lessons. Do not experiment on people or yourself. It is difficult and takes time. Before applying extensions on your clients, real people, please practice on a mannequin as I teach my students. After completing the theoretical material, I provide you with links and options for cheap and expensive mannequins. This is a head where artificial eyelashes are glued and you try to apply extensions on them. I give assignments to my students and they send me photos and videos of their work, which I then review. Also, after practicing on a mannequin, when you confidently position your hands, when you are not afraid of dropping tweezers, when you are good at working with glue and your eyes are trained, it will be much easier for you at the next third stage. If you skip the second stage and move directly to applying extensions on clients, it will be very difficult. Therefore, everything should proceed step by step and be done correctly. And after passing the exams, I give my girls an assignment to create a specific effect for me. For example, the Lisa effect, and then send it to me to show what they have done. The girls send it to me, I give my comments, and if necessary, they make corrections and practice more if I see that everything is good. We move on to practical sessions. If you have successfully completed the first two stages, the theoretical part and practice on a mannequin, even if you don't have a close teacher nearby to supervise, you can already 100% try, for example, applying eyelash extensions on your friends. Because after completing these stages of practice on a mannequin, you will already feel comfortable with the tweezers, understand what to do, how much glue to use, the diameter of the lashes, and your eyes and hands will already be accustomed. But for my students, I also offer additional classes and advanced training, as well as practical lessons from scratch. After practicing on a mannequin, we move on to live practical sessions on people. I show them how the extension process is done live. They learn and observe. Then, if they wish, they continue practicing at home on a mannequin, and only after that do we proceed, and they take their first exam with me. It's a big advantage to have someone next to you who, will support you, help you, correct your movements, and guide you. If you are brave and not afraid, it will be easy for you. Perhaps you have already worked in this field or with small details. You can try it on your own. But if you have some doubts or are afraid of working with eyes, then it's great to have a master teacher nearby who can help you. Also, there is remote support. I am always with my girls. I am always in touch with them on Instagram, and I always give out my personal number. They write to me, Jana, this is the situation. The eyes have turned red, or what could this be? What is this? I always communicate with them, always respond, always support them, because I am interested in seeing you grow, develop, and also go on to teach other students. I think this is more or less clear. Let's repeat it once more. First, the very important theoretical part, the foundation from A to Z. Second, practice on a mannequin. And third, with the teacher, move on to the third stage, the practical lessons. If you have the opportunity not to miss any of these stages, that's great. But the most important thing is not to miss the first two trainings and practice on the mannequin. Then the third stage will be very easy for you. In the next video, I want to record for you what materials are needed to start building. The girls who are currently studying with me, I have the opportunity to send them a personal message. If you are perhaps already extending eyelashes or want to start, I will leave a link to my Telegram channel in the comments where I can support you, guide you, and share my knowledge and new developments with you. And I will also share materials that you need to buy initially and what is not necessary to purchase so you don't have to invest all your funds into materials right away and then not know what to do with them. For those who want to choose the profession of an eyelash extension specialist, I am delighted to invite you to join me. With all my experience, with all my knowledge, I will gladly welcome you and share everything I know and answer all your questions. If you found this information useful, if you took something away from it, please like this video, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more videos that I will be making. You can also leave a comment under this video if you have any questions left or join my Telegram channel. That's all, dear ones. Goodbye for now, and we'll meet in the next video.